Hey there, future landlords and property owners. Welcome back to our channel, where we help you make the most of your investments. Today we're tackling a big topic: how to hire a property manager for your rental property. Whether you're a first-time landlord or a seasoned investor looking to step back from the day-to-day grind, hiring a property manager can be a game changer. But where do you start? How much does it cost? What should you expect, and how do you pick the right one? Don't worry, we've got you covered with everything you need to know. So grab a notebook, settle in, and let's get started on this journey to finding the perfect property manager for your rental property. First things first, let's talk about where to begin when hiring a property manager. We know that managing a rental property can feel like a full-time job. Handling tenant complaints, chasing rent payments, and fixing that leaky faucet at 2 a.m. isn't exactly glamorous. A property manager steps in to take that burden off your shoulders. But finding the right one starts with understanding your needs. Ask yourself, what do you want from a property manager? Are you looking for someone to handle everything? Marketing, tenant screening, maintenance, and financial reporting? Or do you just need help with specific tasks, like rent collection or lease agreements? Knowing your goals will shape your search. For example, if you own a single-family home, you might need a manager who's great at marketing to attract tenants. If you've got a multi-unit building, you'll want someone with experience juggling multiple tenants and maintenance requests. Once you've got a clear picture of your needs, it's time to start looking for candidates. A great place to begin is through referrals. Talk to other landlords in your area, maybe at a local real estate meetup or through online forums. Word-of-mouth recommendations can lead you to trustworthy managers who've already proven themselves. You can also check online platforms or local real estate associations for listings of licensed property managers. Most states require property managers to have a real estate license or a specific property management certification. So make sure you're looking for professionals who meet those legal requirements in your area. Another tip? Don't just settle for the first name that pops up. Create a short list of 3 to 5 candidates. This gives you options to compare and ensures you're not rushing into a decision. Think of it like dating. You wouldn't marry the first person you meet, right? Same goes for hiring a property manager. Take your time to find the right fit. Once you've got a clear picture of your needs, it's time to start looking for candidates. A great place to begin is through referrals. Talk to other landlords in your area, maybe at a local real estate meetup or through online forums. Word-of-mouth recommendations can lead you to trustworthy managers who've already proven themselves. You can also check online platforms or local real estate associations for listings of licensed property managers. Create a short list of 3 to 5 candidates. This gives you options to compare and ensures you're not rushing into a decision. Don't rush. Compare services, fees, and reviews. Think about compatibility with your communication style and expectations. Ask for sample contracts and sample financial reports. Look for transparency in fee disclosures and clarity in service deliverables. Check references and speak directly to current or past clients to verify performance claims. Once you have your shortlist, schedule interviews. Use a consistent set of questions to compare apples to apples. Now let's talk money, because hiring a property manager isn't free, and you need to know what you're signing up for. The cost of a property manager can vary depending on your location, the type of property, and the services they provide. Typically, property managers charge a percentage of the monthly rent, a flat fee, or a combination of fees for specific services. Let's break it down. The most common pricing model is a percentage of the monthly rent, usually ranging from 8% to 12%. So, if your property rents for $2,000 a month, you might pay $160 to $240 monthly for management services. Some managers charge a lower percentage for higher rent properties or multiple units, so it's worth asking about discounts if you own several properties. On top of the monthly fee, you might encounter additional costs. These could include leasing fees, often 50% to 100% of 1 month's rent, charged when a new tenant signs a lease. Setup fees, a one-time fee, typically $100 to $500, to cover the initial onboarding of your property. Maintenance markups. Some managers add a surcharge, like 10% to 20% on maintenance or repair costs. Vacancy fees. A smaller fee for managing a vacant property, like checking on it or marketing it. Eviction fees. These can range from $200 to $1,000, depending on the complexity of the process. Sounds like a lot, right? But here's the thing. A good property manager can save you money in the long run by keeping your property occupied, maintaining it properly, and avoiding costly legal mistakes. For example, a manager who thoroughly screens tenants can prevent deadbeat renters who skip out on rent or damage your property. That alone can be worth the cost. That said, cheaper isn't always better. A property manager charging 5% might seem like a steal, but if they're cutting corners or neglecting your property, you could end up with bigger headaches. On the flip side, a manager charging 12% might offer premium services like 24/7 tenant support or detailed financial reports that justify the higher price. It's all about finding the right balance for your budget and needs. So, what exactly do you get for your money? Property management services can vary widely, but most full-service managers offer a core set of responsibilities. Let's walk through what you can typically expect. First, marketing and leasing. A good property manager will handle advertising your property. Think professional photos, online listings, and open houses. They'll also screen potential tenants, checking credit scores, criminal backgrounds, and rental histories to find reliable renters. Once they've found a good fit, they'll draft and execute a lease agreement that complies with local laws. Next, rent collection and financial management. Your property manager will collect rent, handle late payments, and enforce penalties if needed. They'll also provide you with regular financial reports. Think profit and loss statements or expense breakdowns, so you can keep tabs on your investment without digging through receipts. Then there's maintenance and repairs. Property managers coordinate routine upkeep, like fixing plumbing issues or replacing a broken appliance. Many have a network of trusted contractors, which can save you time and money. Some managers even handle emergency calls in the middle of the night, so you don't have to. Finally, tenant relations. Your manager will be the point of contact for your tenants, handling everything from move-in inspections to resolving disputes. If a tenant needs to be evicted, a good manager will navigate the legal process, ensuring everything is done by the book to avoid costly mistakes. But here's the kicker. Not all property managers offer the same level of service. Some might provide a full service package, while others offer a la carte options where you pick and choose what you need. For example, you might hire a manager just for tenant placement and handle maintenance yourself. The key is to clarify exactly what's included in the fee before signing a contract. You don't want to assume they're handling maintenance only to find out you're still on the hook for coordinating repairs. Now, let's get into something really important. Not all property managers are created equal. There are differences in their experience, approach, and services, and these differences can have big ramifications for your rental property. Let's explore a few key distinctions. Some property managers specialize in certain types of properties, like single-family homes, multifamily units, or vacation rentals. A manager who's great at managing apartment complexes might not be the best fit for a single vacation home that needs short-term rental expertise. Choosing a manager with experience in your property type can mean better tenant placement, faster leasing, and fewer headaches. On the flip side, a manager who's spread too thin across different property types might miss the mark on your specific needs. Some managers are hands-on, giving you regular updates and involving you in decisions. Others take a more hands-off approach, only reaching out when there's a problem. If you're someone who likes to stay in the loop, a hands-off manager might leave you frustrated. Conversely, if you want to be completely hands-off, a chatty manager might drive you nuts. Mismatched communication styles can lead to misunderstandings or delays in addressing issues. Size of the operation. Property managers can range from solo operators to large firms with dozens of staff. A small, independent manager might offer personalized service, but could struggle to handle multiple properties or emergencies. A larger firm might have more resources, like in-house maintenance teams, but you might feel like just another client. The size of the operation can impact response times, service quality, and fees, so consider what aligns with your priorities. As we mentioned earlier, fee structures vary. A manager with low monthly fees might hit you with high leasing or maintenance markups, while a higher monthly fee might include more services. The ramifications of these differences, they can affect your property's profitability, tenant satisfaction, and your peace of mind. A manager who's inexperienced or a poor communicator might let maintenance issues slide, leading to costly repairs or tenant turnover. A manager who doesn't specialize in your property type might struggle to keep it occupied, costing you months of lost rent. That's why it's so important to do your homework and ask the right questions when interviewing candidates. Which brings us to our next section. All right, you've got your short list of property managers, and now it's time to interview them. This is your chance to dig deep and make sure they're the right fit for your property and your goals. Here's a list of key questions to ask, along with why they matter. We've designed these to help you get a clear picture of what each manager brings to the table. 1. How long have you been managing properties, and what types of properties do you specialize in? This helps you gauge their experience and whether they're familiar with your property type. A manager with a track record in single-family homes might not be the best fit for a multi-unit building, and vice versa. 2. What services are included in your management fee? Get a detailed breakdown of what you're paying for. Are marketing, tenant screening, maintenance coordination, and financial reporting all included, or are there extra charges for some services? 3. How do you screen tenants? Tenant screening is critical to avoiding problem renters. Ask about their process. Do they check credit scores, criminal backgrounds, employment history, and references? A thorough screening process can save you from evictions or property damage down the line. 4. How do you handle maintenance and repairs? Find out if they have a network of trusted contractors or an in-house team. Ask about their process for handling emergency repairs and whether they charge a markup on maintenance costs. 5. What's your communication style? How often will I hear from you? This is key to ensuring you're on the same page. Do they provide monthly reports? Will they call you for every decision or only for major issues? Make sure their style matches your preferences. 6. How do you handle late rent or evictions? Late payments and evictions are part of the rental business. Ask about their process for chasing down late rent and how they handle evictions to ensure they're compliant with local laws. 7. What's your vacancy rate, and how quickly do you typically lease a property? A low vacancy rate and fast leasing times are signs of a manager who's good at marketing and tenant placement. High vacancies or slow leasing could mean lost income for you. 8. Can you provide references from other landlords? Speaking to current or past clients can give you insight into the manager's reliability, responsiveness, and overall performance. Don't skip this step. 9. How do you stay updated on local landlord-tenant laws? Laws around rentals can be complex and vary by location. A good manager stays on top of these regulations to protect you from legal trouble. 10. What's your fee structure? And are there any additional costs I should know about? Get a clear picture of all fees, monthly, leasing, setup, maintenance markups, and so on. Ask for a sample contract to review before signing. 11. How do you handle tenant complaints or disputes? A manager's ability to resolve conflicts calmly and professionally can keep tenants happy and reduce turnover. 12. What's your process for property inspections? Regular inspections help catch maintenance issues early. Ask how often they inspect the property and whether they provide reports or photos. 13. How do you market properties to attract tenants? A strong marketing strategy, like high-quality photos, online listings, and social media, can reduce vacancy times. 14. What happens if I want to terminate our agreement? Understand the terms for ending the contract, including any penalties or notice periods, in case things don't work out. So, let's recap what we've covered. Hiring a property manager starts with understanding your needs and doing your research to find qualified candidates. Expect to pay 8% to 12% of monthly rent, plus potential add-on fees. But know that a good manager can save you money by keeping your property occupied and well-maintained. Services typically include marketing, tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, and tenant relations. But not all managers offer the same level of service, so clarify what's included. The differences between managers, like their experience, communication style, or size of operation, can have a big impact on your property's success. That's why asking the right questions during interviews is so important. Use our list of questions to dig into their processes, fees, and track record to find someone who aligns with your goals. Hiring a property manager is a big decision, but it can also be a huge relief. The right manager will handle the day-to-day stress, leaving you free to focus on growing your portfolio or just enjoying life. But it all comes down to doing your due diligence. Take the time to compare candidates, check references, and review contracts carefully. A little effort up front can save you a lot of headaches later. Before we wrap up, we'd love to hear from you. Have you hired a property manager before, or are you thinking about it? What's been your biggest challenge as a landlord? If you haven't taken the first step towards buying your first rental property, what are the things holding you back? Drop a comment below and let us know. We're always here to help with more tips and advice. Thanks for joining us today, and if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights. Until next time.